Hi, I'm Anna, Property Empress, and welcome back to my channel. Last week we talked about the 7 steps to get started with property investing, and this week we're going to be focusing on step 1, which is check your credit file. There's 4 credit files in the UK: Experian, Equifax, TransUnion and Crediva. When you apply for a buy-to-let mortgage, you have no idea which one of these 4 credit files they're going to check, so it's important to check all 4 of them, know what's in the credit file and be working to improve your credit. By improving your credit, you're more likely to get better options available and, more importantly, better rates, so cheaper borrowing. You can go to the individual credit files, or you can use a company like Check My File. I'm not affiliated with them, but I have used them for the last 10 years and think they're a really good company to use. They'll give you some guidance and advice on what's going on with your credit and how best to improve it. Have a look in your credit file, and if you notice any spelling mistakes, addresses that's not quite right, anything like that, then you can actually ask them to fix it. All these small changes will really help to just clean your credit file. Something that will really help to boost your credit is making sure that you're registered on the electoral roll for where you live. Next, you want to be creating a really positive credit history. Even if you've been terrible with credit previously, don't worry, because you can repair it. Going forward, make sure any of the credit accounts you have on your credit file are paid on time every month. And if you don't have a credit card, get one and start using it. Just make sure that you pay the balance off in full every month so that you're not paying any interest. It's better to have some credit history than none at all, because the credit lenders want to see that you're responsible with your credit. And if you don't have any history, they don't know that. If your credit is really in a bad way and you're not able to get a credit card to be able to rebuild your credit, then you could look at what's called credit builder credit cards. They have pretty high interest rate, but like I said, if you pay the balance in full every month, you won't have to pay that interest. If you use it every month to create a really good credit history, then over time what you'll see is your credit limit starts to increase, and eventually you can get a more standard credit card. When we started out, Drew had really poor credit and he was only able to get a credit card limit of £250, but he implemented all these practices, and over time lenders gave him more and more money, and he showed that he was responsible with it, and eventually I think he got his lending up to about £75,000. So it is possible to go from bad credit to having really good credit. And finally, if you're thinking about being a professional property investor, it is worth checking your credit file every month, because mistakes do get made. On 2 occasions I've dropped off the electoral roll for absolutely no reason, and I spotted it because we check our credit file, and I made sure that I fixed that. Drew also found when he first checked his credit that there was what's called an arrangement on one of his credit cards, and that severely impacts your credit. He spoke to Check My File, had it taken off, and saw an immediate improvement in his credit. So it might not be anything you're doing, it might be that there's mistakes in your credit file. Good luck with it all, and let me know how you get on. Next week we're going to be covering how to find a really good mortgage broker and questions to ask to get you started on your property journey. Don't forget to check out propertyempress.com, where you can find out details of my buy-to-let course, my private mentoring, and all the different platforms that I share my free coaching on, including YouTube. Have a beautiful day.